Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another 5 Minute Fridays excerpt. And since it's starting to look a lot like Christmas, I decided I would rock my red shades and my green color. And I am going to be reading an excerpt from House Calls for the Holidays, the shortest Christmas story I've ever written. And it features my granddog, Dr. Avery. Okay, so without further ado, here we go. Sawyer Kahill rubbed his face in irritation as he grabbed his phone and tapped the name in his directory. Last summer, he relocated to Raleigh, North Carolina from St. Louis for a better career opportunity and a reboot on his personal life. His elderly great aunt, Edith Watkins, didn't see the need to change that much scenery. Her concession was moving from the family home in St. Louis City to a semi-retirement community in the burbs. Unacceptable. At 80 years old, Aunt Edith had no business living alone when her great nephew could provide for her needs in a warm climate all year. Although her new location was a mix of families, retirees, and working professionals, she would have neighbors. But Aunt Edith didn't know any of them. A weekly check-in call became the norm. Hello, Aunt Edith? How you doing? Despite her stubbornness, Sawyer loved her dearly. You missed calling me yesterday, so I can't talk now. Dr. Avery is at the door with his nurse. Call me back. And Edith severed their connection. Who? What? He stared at the phone. Sawyer handled all her affairs, financial and medical. He didn't authorize home visits or recall a Dr. Avery on file as her provider for care. Was something wrong with his aunt? Auntie, all right, bro. Auntie, all right, bro? His longtime friend and colleague at Lindo Hickman Enterprise, Victor Shaw, strolled into Sawyer's workplace. The two were the IT department that investigated threats and maintained cybersecurity for dozens of Fortune 500 companies. Huh? Sawyer didn't realize his expression revealed his bewildered thoughts. Vincent rested his manila folder on the desk, adjusted his multicolored striped tie, then took a seat. Since their cubicles were back to back whenever they decided to meet in the office, Vincent wheeled his chair to bump up against Sawyer's desk and hissed. Told you to call her yesterday, man. His deep voice taunted Sawyer. Leaning back in his chair, Sawyer exhaled, then sat straight. The two of them had driven to Charlotte for the weekend for a good time. It was late when they returned, and Sawyer was exhausted. Can I help it that I crashed on the sofa and woke up too late to call her? I wouldn't worry so much about Aunt Edith if she had moved here. It's not like she has any family left there, and her few friends are in their senior facilities. Vincent twisted his lips in thought. You're a brave man to leave her like that. You didn't have to relocate from St. Louis. I get you switched companies, but when the opening came here, I told you it was a more of a remote position with occasional travel. I had to like working. Let me rewind. I had to like working in the office. Sawyer snarled before he snapped. I needed a change. You know that. I could have moved to Alaska, but I didn't know anybody. He attempted some humor, then huffed. I wish she had come, but her choice was to stay. I call every week and make a trip to check on her every month. 6 weeks top. So lay off the guilt trip. Holding up his hands, Vincent moved his chair a few inches to put distance between them. Okay, man, no offense. You're doing better than some who put their elderly relatives in facilities and throw away the key. What has Aunt Edith done now? Some man calling himself a doctor is making house calls, and she ain't sick. He scratched his jaw. He hadn't decided if this new growth for a beard was worth the frustration. Should you be concerned? Because now I am, Vincent stared. We're swamped with projects, but still, I'll fly up there this weekend. In the meantime, Sawyer planned to call the sheriff and request a wellness check. Chapter 2. It's official, Charity McCall was all set. She signed up on the paperwork to transition from an RN station at a local St. Louis hospital to a traveling nurse to work anywhere. Who wouldn't want to spend Christmas on the beach in Florida or California? And that is it. My stopwatch stopped. And that is your 5-minute excerpt on Friday. So don't forget to check out all my other Christmas books. And I will be reading the 12 Days of Christmas for all of my Christmas novellas. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as well as visit my website at www.patsimmons.net. And so until 2-Minute Tuesdays, check me out later. Bye.